I'm doing work. I am doing work. I'm doing work, bro. I'm doing a lot of work. I know, it seems like I'm not, but I am. And it's tripping me out a little bit, but I'm good. I'm good. And I know sometimes it may sound delusional, but it's true. And that was the thing that just popped in my head is like, sometimes joy has to be delusional. Like, I'd rather be delusional, irrational than rational and non-delusional. I know that sounds like a weird contradictory thing to say, but I don't know, bro. Like, I mean, I do know. I've seen and noticed things that very few people that I'm at least aware of notice and perceive in the ways that I have noticed and perceived the things that I perceive and notice. It is a experience within itself. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. There's a storm coming too. Just boo. Mr. Two, Mr. Boo, Mr. You, Mr. Shoe. There is a whole different world that exists that you never even knew existed, because I didn't know it existed, and if I didn't know it existed, then you didn't know it existed until now. Because that's the crazy thing, is you'd have to tap into these different things for them to be here for you. And I've been doing the math, I've been running the numbers, I've been trying to figure this out. Not even trying to, I am figuring this out. It's not so much as like coming from a position of not having, it's more of coming from a position of having. Cool down, please. I don't want to cool down. I like it being warm, it's nice. I get to be in shorts and t-shirts still, it's fantastic. It's almost the end of November, October. It's October. It's almost the end of October. It's been a year. It's been one of the most exciting, best years that I've ever had, and it might sound a little contradictory because when I was in the thick of it, bro, it was brutal, dog. It was brutal, but it was the thing that I needed most. It was like training the muscles of my body. Instead of me training those, I was training the muscles of my mind. And it was so exciting. It was so good. It was so great. Like, I did so much walking. I did so much learning. I did so much weeping. I did so much. And I'm grateful for it. I am, because now I am able to set clear boundaries. I'm able to be moldable like clay and help other people realize, like yourself, that this is all just a play. It's all an act. It's all a dream. It's a dream within a dream, I believe is what Emerson said. I believe it was Emerson. I was listening to this, the guy who did Silence of the Lambs and Odin and Thor, Robert something, I can't think of his name right now, but he's been showing up, GG2 Fabs, license plate right in front of me as well. Don't know what that one means. But nonetheless, it's like, it's just a dream within a dream, and this is the main play. And I was torn up. I was tossing about these ideas and these other things, and I was just like, I understand that once I do the thing that is like I do, it's great, it's fantastic, it's wonderful. And that's why I share these videos. That's why I make this stuff. Like, this is more me just documenting things. Like, I did normal like written journals for years before this, like, and I did them every single day. So like, this is just my way to be able to do it as well too, because I feel like sometimes it's better for me to hear the words out loud compared to just like writing them down. But I have like pages and pages and pages of journals. I never really did anything with them. It's the same thing with these videos. Like, if you watch them and you pay attention and they give something to you, cool. But this is also just kind of my way of, like, I would say venting in a sense, while also providing some sort of maybe insights into my own understanding of how things work and where I'm at in my life and the things that are going on. So I'm just trying to figure it out in the best way that I can. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to make $5,000. Like, I know how to do it too, and that's the crazy thing, is I know exactly the things that I have to do to be able to do that in the most efficient way possible. And that's what I'm doing right now. Because, like, when I did this sales, when I was doing sales for the financial company that I was working for beforehand, before I ended up taking this last year off and doing all the things that I ended up doing prior, was I ended up selling about $5 million within of the software within a year. Like, I did $5 million 5 million, which is that. I see now. That was great. Yeah, I did $5 million in my second year at the company. My first year, I don't have the exact numbers. I mean, I probably could, because like I got promoted up to larger accounts, and this is when I was like, oh, hey, if I can sell for you and I can sell $5 million worth of like this good, then why don't I just do that myself? First of all, though, obviously I had to take a different deep look at myself, my psyche, my understanding of my emotions, and my own beliefs as to what I had wanted, because with how I am, and this might not, it could be changed, it could be viewed in a different way, but like from what I've noticed so far is there are certain projections that people seem to perceive of me or project onto me. Not all the time, just sometimes. I've become a lot better at discerning between the both of them, because a lot of times when I see certain things, like it's me seeing my own reflection while also showing me other reflections of myself. I don't know how women drive like that, dude, but she was also very pretty as well. From Arizona, too! I love it so much. Yes, I do, very much. Because it's a very exciting world that we live in. It's really what we make of it. At least that's what I've come to realize, is like I have been able to see things that I never expected myself to see. I've been able to experience things that I've never expected myself to experience. I've been able to go places, I've been able to meet people, I've been able to do all these miraculous, wonderful, amazing things this past year, which has shown me what is possible. And then seeing all these other individuals doing massive numbers for their business, for their service that they provide, in whatever way, shape, or form that may be, it inspires me and is like, well, this is possible, because I myself have been able to do it as well too when I am focused on outreach. And the outreach thing has been the thing that I was kind of preventing or not doing, because I was like, I'd rather do it in like the most efficient way possible. I also have to know like what is the one thing that I'm solving. So it's like before it was just like I get accountants off of checks and onto ACH payments, and I was like, okay, simple enough. And now it's just like, okay, I fix this. So, and I was doing a couple of those today. It's like I fix your online presence by providing videos or something like that, like super simple, doesn't have to be overly complicated. Because I also had these thing back in college that I did, like when I was selling like advertisements to like businesses around the town for the school newspaper, and I was able to make it was like $20,000 within like a couple of months or something like that, which to me, I was like, wow, that's quite impressive. And I just had somebody like just it might have only been a $3,000 check, but I think it was a $6,000 check. I have to go back and check. But I'm like, I didn't question that. I didn't fight against that. I didn't ponder on whether or not we could deliver upon the thing that I needed to deliver upon. Because I knew that like my job at that point, like I did the thing that I needed to do, and I promised to them that like this was what would happen, and then that's what happened. I couldn't promise the amount of leads or the outcome or something like that. And that's, I think, been my biggest hang up, because like I see all these people online, and maybe you do as well too. Maybe not, because we might not necessarily be in like the same space, but like especially with this stuff that I talk about on here, because it's just random stuff that I end up, it's on the top of my mind, so it's the thing that I end up sharing. But like in the space is, ooh, let the person just like blow out a tire. In the space, there's all these people that are like, oh, I will guarantee this outcome, and it's like, can't really like guarantee that outcome, because then there's this other thing, because then it's like, well, it depends on your offer, it depends on what you're trying to, like who you're serving, it depends on all these other factors. And these people, they give these outcomes of like, this is what will happen, and maybe they do, because like they do have the backings to say like get those outcomes or those results for those other people, which I like, it can happen. I'm not saying that it can't, because there's this whole thing around too, like if you can do it once, you can do it again and again and again and again and again, but you're not necessarily doing the outcome. Like you're not controlling the outcome, you're just doing the same inputs that get you the same outcome, if that makes sense. So it's like I make 100 dials per day, I get five booked meetings or something like that. I send 100 emails per day, I get 3 booked meetings. I whatever it may be, I get this many people to talk with me about the thing that I do provide. So it's just the constant outreach that has helped me. And it's the same thing like with videos. Like, I record a video every day and I post it. And it's like, okay, I get a couple views. I get a couple hundred views. People are listening to it. Okay, awesome. I can make minor adjustments, which to me, dude, I don't know. It's, I didn't mean to flash you right there. Turn on my brights. To me, dude, I'm like, my YouTube content, like the videos that I make, like this one right here, and for some of the other channels that I do as well too, that I've been doing for like years. To me, before I would get frustrated, I was very, very frustrated. I was very, very, very frustrated because I was doing the things that these other people were telling me to do, like all the other successful creators, like all these other people that were like, if you just do this, you will get views. And it's just like, then I would do those things, and it's just like, well, where are the views? And it's just like, I didn't enjoy that process. I like just being able to share these random thoughts that just come to me out of the blue, and wherever it goes, it goes. Like, I don't know. It's just, this is the thing that just, this is how my mind works. Because I don't have, like, I'm thinking all the time, but it's not as, it's easier for me to verbalize it or write it down and visually see it. So that's what I do a lot of the times. And I don't necessarily always go back and listen to these videos. Like, this is just like a raw, like, thing that I do. Like, they don't go back in like my head and maybe I'll reanalyze it or something like that. But for the most part, like, once I record it, I just upload it. Like, that's how it works for me, because that's what I feel is the most valuable, because this is more of like just me and my genuine thoughts. And if you connect with what I have to say, then cool. Like, you connect with what I have to say. And if not, then like, so be it. I don't really care, because I used to do this for like other people. Like, I used to do this for all these other people and all these other things, and I've just come to realize, I'm like, me doing it for XYZ reason is not the right reason to do it. It's just, I do it because I enjoy doing it. Sometimes obviously I take a break from time to time because maybe I need to come up with some new ideas or some different topics or some inspiration or whatever it is, and I just choose not to always constantly be like doing it. Like, I'll have a little spurt where like I'll do a lot of videos and then like I'll take a break, and then I'll do a lot of videos and I'll take a break. At least that is how it is for one of the channels. With this though, like, I have vlogged every single day, or at least recorded something every single day, almost for a year at this point in time. We're coming up on a year, and I just do it over and over and over again, because it's like going to the gym. Like, I put in the reps, and you may have noticed this, maybe not so much because I haven't shared like some of the older videos that I've done, but like the more recent videos, yeah, you probably would have. But like, even people around me, like, they've told me, like, dude, your speech patterns and the way that you talk to a camera, like, it feels so natural and genuine, and it feels like you're just talking to me directly. And I'm like, well, yeah, because that's like my purpose, that's my plan. Like, I don't want this to be this over edited, like, out of the box, outrageous thing that like you have to like tune into, and if you don't tune into it, then like you're missing out on something. Like, that's never been my goal per se. I just like being able to have these more genuine things, because the things that I myself have always listened to have always been normal, straight conversations. Like, if I want to watch an entertaining video, I actually want to watch the video that's not going to like educate me in some way, shape, or form, and it's just kind of like a TV show or something along those lines, then that's a different story. But like, for these stuff, I like being able to just do off the cuff, and whatever comes to me is the thing that comes to me. Because as I've maybe stated on a couple of other videos, maybe not, but it's just like, I'm a vessel, bro. Like, I'm just a vessel to relay certain messages in the ways that they need to be relayed in. So it's like, I've given up my life in a sense, but also not. It's weird. It's something that we could go into more in depth if you really want to. But other than that, yeah, it's a matter of, if you know, like, if you have anybody that's like wanting any sort of like coaching, consulting, projects, video work, really in sort of insights or like problem solving, or like just wanting to have somebody take like an outside view from, like, you can imagine it this way, from like seeing at the top of the mountain and having like an overview look of somebody that's not necessarily in the role of everything, then just let me know. Like, you can leave a comment, or I would say you could send me an Instagram DM. I think I have an email. I'll add an email, and you can email me, and then maybe I can get connected with somebody that is willing to have this type of stuff with me, and maybe we can figure something out from there. I'm ready to be of service in the ways that I can be, and I know that these videos make it to the people that they need to make it to. So if you know somebody that's interested in that type of stuff, or somebody that can benefit from my type of talking or coaching or whatever it may be, then, like I said, just send me a DM or an email. I guess an email, because I don't have Instagram anymore, or Facebook. removed it, which isn't great, but it is great at the same time because now I'm freed up to focus on this. Just funny how things like that work. Nonetheless, yeah, I don't know if I wrapped. Yeah, I wrapped up everything. I'm gonna go to the gym. See you guys in the next one.